The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest who has changed on us.
Yes,
we have Capone and Noreaga who has changed.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something.
You can't introduce him like that. This is CNN.
Right.
There we go. Clear.
Let's Capone CNN.
Let's be clear.
Let's be. Hold on. Are we de-virginizing Capone on the Breakfast Club today?
De-virginizing?
Yeah,
that don't sound right, but yeah, this is his first time.
This is his first time.
What's popping his cherry?
I don't know.
I'm sure he done your show before, but not together.
You know what it is? I'm cool with everybody. So it's like, I've been with you, I've been with her show, so it's like, you know what? We diverged.
Because we was debating, and I was like, you ain't been to the Breakfast Club because I'm their biggest fan. That's why I know you ain't been there. He's
well, I think there was a couple times he was supposed to come. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about
I know your driving is a little erratic.
He got his license back. Make some money.
He got a license back. Nice.
You got your license back?
License back.
Okay.
Now, Paul, what's your problem with Prodigy?
Let's start right to it.
Look. Nori said.
Don't say what Nori said. Say what Prodigy said.
Nori said he shot nobody.
Prodigy said Nori shot somebody. Nori said he did shoot somebody.
Man, I don't know what I forgot the guy's name already, but you know I don't know what he says.
Prodigy.
Oh yeah, I know who I was talking about. My bad. But now I'm only playing. But you know what I'm saying? I don't have no problems with. I can't have a problem with a person that can't beat me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't got no problem.
Where did
with
it stem
But you
from?
was doing records. You had the viral videos out getting at him.
No, you know what? That stemmed from a situation where he tried to say, you know, I ratted on somebody or something
in his book.
Which, come on, bro.
He said you took the stand.
Yeah, I mean, see, let me tell you something. When you take the stand, it's not what you taking the stand for, it's what you doing on the stand at the end of the day. Anything I did, my man came home, baby. That's what counts. I don't care about nothing else, what he say, what he did. You was still making records with me. You was still my man. But now you make a book and things change. More power to you, black man. Sell your book, do what you want. But you know where I'm at in the streets. You know how I move. So I ain't got no problems with my man.
Have you seen him since?
I don't think he wants to see me.
I just saw him at the Eminem Rihanna concert.
What?
You know,
that's dope. Big
but
up Prodigy.
But hey,
Hey,
listen. Listen, man.
It wouldn't be an issue. Y'all grown now. I'm sure y'all can handle it in a civilized manner.
Hey, listen, man. You know what I'm saying?
Not.
Hey, man. You know how you know me, Envy. You know me, Charlamagne. Angelique, you know me. You'll read about it.
Hopefully not. We're going to keep it positive. We're going to keep it positive.
New York, listen.
All right.
Everywhere, listen.
Goodness gracious.
But listen,
we're going to keep it positive.
Capone and Noreaga had problems with each other even.
Yeah.
You know, several times over and over again.
But, you know, I threw him in the headlock and we squashed it.
Right.
So you're saying in a one-on-one fist fight, you take that, you catch Nori's fade all day.
Yeah, but you guys fight.
Let's go there. Yo, look, check it out. What's crazy about the whole situation, the first time we ever fought.
What was it over?
Weed.
How much?
A lot. We was in Japan, and we both gave the dude some money for some bud.
Some yens.
So the bud man comes back with the bud. He want to hold on to my bud. What are you holding my bud for that I paid for?
I'm not telling you his story.
Hold on.
He was fresh home from jail.
Yeah, I was.
He was fresh
I was
home
feeling
from jail.
diesel, too.
Let me get my
diesel. You know what I'm saying?
My man. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to run from you in Japan? What am I doing with the weed? And he swung at me. Like, I was like, we always had arguments. He swung at me. He was so close to me. Like, let me just tell you something. I'm a WWE Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper dude. So he swung at me, and I immediately just grabbed him, and we wrestled, and we was doing. It was the funniest in the world. We both had like eye jammies and performed on stage the next day.
They were looking at us like, yo, why do they have black eyes? Like, what's going on?
You trying to poke your eyes out?
Word. Uncle Wise stopped it though, because he was like, come on, man. Like, because we was like you know, like you fighting and you like, come on, you hit first. Like it was one of those. You know
bumping shoulders and doing.
We was bumping shoulders and chest and all that.
Seriously, where did you think Nori was going with the weed?
Hold on.
This is why I don't speak to people when they first come home. When people first come home, I give them 2 or 3 months because like you're really out of your mind, but you be trying to act like you're insane. Ain't nobody insane who been told to do something 24 hours a day. But people come home. So if you notice, I don't give a Who you are? Sorry, I know we big on Revolt. I started from the bottom with y'all. Now
are you smoking in here right now?
That's right.
Here?
I lit up a big fat spliff.
It's vapor, ain't real
electric
smoke.
spliff. This is called the electric spliff.
I don't like when people first come home. I give them 2 months, then I come see them, then I give them their perk package. But when they first come home, they just think that
Nobody's trying to play them.
Yeah, they think that like everything is like jail, and it's really not. Like you can't be like, yo, let me shoot fair one. Like you home, my brother. You're not in the yard.
Listen.
Yo, you can't be trading these cigarettes for cookies.
But I understand.
Imagine,
but
home now, my brother.
But every I felt like he was holding my commissary. Right. I sent him to the commissary store, and he was holding my soap and my toiletries and my cookies. He didn't want to give me my cookies, so I reacted.
Yeah, I definitely thought Wiz or Snoop was going to be the first one to smoke in here, but
Snoop was.
Snoop
had the electric cigar.
Right. Okay, well,
Snoop, big up the big homie, man. Right. I'm down with you on the E-joints, baby. Let's go, vaporize.
So how many fights have y'all had throughout your career?
Yeah,
just
one.
that one.
That's the only fight?
So, I mean, physical fight.
You know, we argue. We like, you know, when you got a brother and you got one brother that's one way and one brother that's totally opposite the other way, you're naturally going to have quarrels. But if it don't bring you together, then you're not brothers.
Like, I stopped trying to change him. Like,
out of everything we've been through, like, I can't change him, he can't change me. All we can do is accept the dudes who we are.
I think Nori feels like you're irresponsible. Like
I do. Thank you.
You don't show up. I mean,
because I missed the wrong turn. I'm irresponsible.
Thank you for throwing that out there, my nigga.
Angela Lee, you going there?
I'm just saying, it just seems like that's how.
I took the wrong turn in Walker Street, and now I'm irresponsible. So I was supposed to make a left and a right.
No, I'm just telling you in the past, he said you're always late, you don't show up.
And you're going to take his word.
I'm just saying, they got hardcore evidence.
And we were screaming free polls.
Every time Nori was here, Nori was on time. I'm just saying, this is their evidence. You can't really debate with them.
And we were screaming free poem, too.
This just turned into a tag of Pone.
Let me throw something out there. Pone had the best rapper coming home gift. I know Suge did it big, but we did it first. Keep it real.
We did it big.
Did you see we had MTV out there? I had a tour bus when he came home.
Threw the mink on my back.
I threw the mink on his joints. He had a Benz when he came home. And I had a limo for him because I knew he was weird. Like, people are weird when they come home. I don't mess with them.
I tried to come on like Prince or something.
Word. He definitely had the purple Prince glow when he walked through. He was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Word up. I see you then, man.
It was live. Nah, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We brothers, man. You know what I'm saying?
What made y'all so close in the street? Like, before y'all became a rap group, what made y'all have that bond?
You know what it was? It was actually, like, in jail. Like, the funny thing about us, when we was locked up together, we was juveniles, but we was in a adult. It was like adult jail, but for juveniles.
C-74 on Rikers Island, that was the wildest part of Rikers Island. But now, if you cop out, they'll send you to a juvenile joint. But that juvenile joint is worse than Sing Sing. It's worse than Elmira, because that's the kid. That's the one where they cut all the people.
If you got bodies, that's where you going. You know what I mean? If you shoot people, that's where you going. But for us, it was like when we met, it was a dude that was from both our hoods, and he put us together. But the thing was, we didn't come together on no rap. We didn't come together on no thug. We came together playing basketball. So when we met, it was like, yo,
positive.
I heard you was nice. I heard you was nice. Well, you don't play no defense on me. I don't play no defense on you.
Oh, yeah,
I had 35. He had 34. It might have been vice versa, but I'm not going to go with I had.
And this in jail.
This is in jail. Okay. So after that,
I was the number 3 scorer in the whole jail.
Yeah. After that,
number 3 scorer in the whole jail.
I can't.
I played against baby LeBron and them though, like back in the days.
I can't vouch for that.
Asiatic was so LeBron, like back in the days.
No. Did you see? Hold on. Did you see the movie Life?
Yeah.
Remember they had Can't Get Right, and they was gonna get him out of jail.
Right.
They was gonna get Asiatic out of jail. Like for real, that's how nice he was. But at the end of the day, from that moment, we was like, oh, you my man, because he literally followed my footsteps. Not saying like little dude way, but the junior high school I graduated from, he went to that junior high school when I graduated.
I didn't know him.
And he didn't know me, but he knew my next door neighbor in my projects. And they got super tight.
Because you know, Emmy's from Queens, like Left Rack and Queensbridge never got along. Let's just throw that out there.
Not at all.
So it was only 2 people that, and I always got to get them the props. There was a dude named Lakey the Kid, and there was a dude named Shamik from my hood. They was the first 2 people who started hanging out, but it never caught on. Even when we started first doing CNN at the time, Nas was so hot and the Mobb Deep was so hot, they would introduce Capone and Noreaga. They'd be like, the Queensbridge duo, Capone and Noreaga. Now, I didn't take offense to it, but I'm from Left Rack. It's like, saying the New York group, you like, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Like, everybody ain't from New York. But I would go back to my hood, and I would be walking, and people would be like, Queensbridge, and I would turn around and I'd be like, yo, they really hate me for doing that because our hoods really didn't get along. But since that day, like I went to his hood the other day, and I didn't call nobody from Left Rack. I just went out there, and they were all out there. And I'm like, wow, this is something that we did that is positive. A lot of people don't see the effects of what we did. Just by us being together and saying that we could come together and get money and do something positive, like the effects are still happening to this day. So you know what I mean? Come on, look at it. I'm mad positive, man. I'm mad positive.
So y'all meet in jail, play ball.
Yeah, we play ball.
Just because y'all get out don't mean y'all still got to
No. All right, I'm gonna finish that side of the story. Right. So we play ball, and I wound up going to a college unit in jail.
Right.
So when I was going to
Capone
college,
is mad smart, by the way.
I'm a little bit.
I see. Just help me with my homework in college. Help me, man.
But when I got to the college dorm, I pulled for him to come because in the college dorm they had a basketball team. So we would play other teams in the jail and all that. But we was trying to develop a power.
We was in there with the Central Park joggers.
Yeah, we was
the Central Park joggers,
except two of them.
Yusuf Hawkins,
Kevin Richardson.
And Kevin Richardson. Listen, Kev, you my man. Don't take this the wrong way. I knew Yusuf Hawkins ain't do it, but Kev used to sniff the COs like how you did with J-Lo. But it's J-Lo. I'm talking about.
Sniff J-Lo?
Yeah.
I salute you on that.
I salute. But Kev used to do it to random COs. Like, COs.
Miss Reynolds was the one.
I don't know if Kev.
Shout out to Miss Reynolds, wherever you are. You made us as a little kid.
But I love those guys. So we was locked up with them.
Yeah, we was locked up with them. But like at the end of the day, I pulled for him to get to the college dorm. He wound up coming to the college dorm. And from there, it was like we immediately clicked. Because it was like reminiscing on both our hoods, but it was like it was one hood because he messed with everybody I was messing with when I went to jail.
Queens is one
before
hood.
I went to jail. He wound up messing with while I was in jail. So he was basically telling me what was going on in the street after I left and all that. So I was like, word, boom, boom, boom. So
but let's get over jail, man. That's kind of crazy.
Hold on.
You gotta tell the story, Nori.
He ain't been here before.
Just listen.
I'm sorry. My bad.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We poly from there, but it was never on no rapping. So now we're gonna leave jail, all right?
Who got out first?
Me. I went to my first. I went to my second parole board because I got hit my first parole board, and he went to his first. So it was so much going on with us that was like it was sent down from heaven. We go to the parole board together. But unfortunately, he was going to his first. I was going to my second. He got hit. They let me out. So I get home. I do my street thug dizzle. Boom. I'm doing my numbers. He come home. I immediately take him shopping. You know what I'm saying? Get him some time. We go lace. That was just real. We go to a pool party. Get him some time. We go lace. Boom. Showing him, things. So then, eventually, Trash comes in the picture.
Tragedy Gaddafi.
Tragedy Gaddafi. Salute the foul Mati.
Salute the foul Mati.
And he comes in the picture, and at this point, I'm already kind of a little shaking and baking in the rap game. I'm messing with Big wanted to sign me to Junior Mafia.
That's facts.
I got Faith Newman. I know you're familiar with Faith Newman. You know Faith Newman. She's the one who signed Nas with Fuji and all that with Columbia. She's getting me a deal with Columbia, and I really, he came home, so I'm like, I forgot you could rap. Spit something. And then next thing you know, I'm like, I don't want to do a solo no more. Because, I'm going to state this for a fact on record. This is big. I'm telling y'all something I never told nobody. AZ, you my man. LES is my man.
Oh, man, I never heard.
But they stole my song.
AZ stole your song?
Yeah.
What song? Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill.
That was your song?
Because I had a song called Get the Cream. Get the cream. It's only right. It's only.
I was in jail at that time.
I was messing with.
But I heard of these stories.
I was messing with Butt Naked Tim Dog. No disrespect to AZ. No disrespect to LES. That's my brothers. But fortunately, we both got on in the game.
Right.
But I let LES hit a record. And he brought it to AZ, because I was a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't expect me to pop DJ LES.
He's on our Virginia State list. Shout out our Virginia State.
Shout out. LES is my brother. My father and his father are literally best friends. They go to City Island 3 times a week.
Okay. So why would they steal the shooter song knowing that Mike could get shot for it?
And you know what? Because my father's connection to his father, he felt like he had a pass.
And AZ probably didn't even know.
And AZ didn't know me at the time. You know what I mean? So he was like, oh, it's a nigga from Queensbridge. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all love because we both made marks in the game. But I said I didn't want to do a solo no more. After that, it was a little shakiness in the game. And I was trying to get on with Big L. Me and Big L used to go to all the rap battles and all that stuff. And I said, I'm going to do it with my man. Me and my man going to do this together. So we switched the game plan, and we went to the studio and made our first record.
Which was that?
My team pushed keys through the Panama Canal. Busting up Cristal, sipping on Cristal. You know what I'm saying? But it was like after we heard each other together on record, it was like Trash put his thinking together. You know, he thinks weird. And he said, this is it right here. And from there, it was history.
And then you got locked back up for what?
For some hammers. Like I said, I was a shooter.
Okay.
I unfortunately got caught with some slammers, and I went back up. I could have got away with it, but only because I was already a felon for shooting the police. You know what I'm saying? I hope no NYPD is listening.
No, you might as well say. Sure they are. Come on.
But at the end of the day, I was young, wild, and reckless. But I had to go up north for another. And then I thought I was coming home. I had like a 1.5 to 3 or something. I thought I was coming home, and they hit me at the parole board too. I almost maxed out on a 1.5 to 3. I did 32 months off a 3-year bid. You know what I'm saying? For 36 months.
But we staying home now. I don't know how we went back to jail again.
But at the end of the day, that's
it's a little crazy.
Because we're telling a story. We're telling a story.
We all CNN?
To the second time he was CNN.
This is right before the reunion album.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day,
I came home. That's why.
That's where we led up to how I came home.
I don't want to talk about the Prodigy book at all because it's so redundant to me. But that's what that whole thing was when he said that the dude had got shot on the floor. That's what the whole thing was. I had went to Pone's crib. When I went to Pone's crib, they had told and said that these guys got the guns in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then eventually they caught them with the guns.
That
part is not in the book.
That's not in the book where they
they
didn't want no beef with us, so they try to get the dude out the picture that's the shoot.
But we got new music, man. This is what we're here for.
Let's talk
all right. Listen, back on penalty.
I can't find out that memory lane. I like to.
I was gonna leave it because y'all back with penalty now.
Right.
So you said Big wanted to sign you.
Big,
Shorty wanted to sign you to Columbia. So how y'all
Can I tell you my big story though? Can I tell you my big story?
Yeah, we definitely want that.
I need to tell my big story.
We definitely want that.
This is real because every artist out there listening, this can be you. I was driving in my car, and I'm listening to Hot 9.
Go ahead. That's all right.
My bad.
We weren't around at the time.
We wasn't around at the time. But at the end of the day, I'm listening to the radio.
Right.
I hear Big on the radio. So I'm telling Trash, like, I want to go rap for Big, man. I'm feeling real little kiddish right now.
I'm gonna be honest. You're starting off the story wrong. Let me tell a story.
How you gonna tell my story?
He's gonna tell his story wrong.
My man,
we were going up there to freestyle. Big was there earlier at the station.
No.
We walked in front of the station. I said, Big. I said, yo, I listen to Juicy every day up north. Can you kick the 16? Big kicked the 16.
You asked Biggie to rap?
I asked Big. I was
Big
rap. Biggie rapped.
His story is
and when
fiction.
he rapped. And when he rapped, listen, and when he rapped,
fiction.
Big lost his mind. I was too scared to rap for Big.
Nah,
he rapped
that part
for Big.
is true. That part is true.
And Big lost his mind. Big, it was crazy. I was like, damn, I don't think we're gonna be a group no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was like, yo, Big just said, yo, I want to sign you. I'm like,
what about me?
I'm like, and I'm like, I really loved Big at the time. And
what level was Big at?
But
Ready to Die?
This might have been one more chance.
Ready to Die was out.
What's the remix?
One More Chance remix.
Yeah, One More Chance. This might have been that moment.
No, he was
so big. So when
big.
he focused on Capone, I was just like, oh.
You ain't even kick an ad lib? What?
I gotta go back to Left Rack. It's a rap for the kid, my dude. And whatever have you. That's why it's always funny when you see a Capone that's in Junior Mafia. It's always like funny because it's like, man, maybe it never worked out. And I knew Trash blocked that deal from the beginning. Trash was like, no way. I'm not letting that happen.
Did Nori just tell my big story?
Nah, but
he totally
took over. Did Nori just jack my big story?
Let me tell you,
that was my moment.
You know what? He made that story about himself.
It hurts me more. You know why it hurts me more? Because we went and we rhymed that day.
Big, I know you listening, man.
Heard it, and Big heard it, and he still only asked about you. And I was like, that's why I'm telling you, I remember it more. I was like,
He turned your story into his story.
He didn't say nothing about me.
just took my story, but I got a story that my big you can't tell because you weren't there.
Okay, yeah, hit me
Nah,
with that
but
one.
we was in North Carolina.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
yeah, I definitely wasn't there.
Facts.
For that.
We in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
We performing at a show. Me. I'm not performing. I'm just there.
I might as well just push
I'm
my
there.
flight back right now.
Look, right?
Because I just talk about new music, but that was okay.
Hold on.
This is your first time
You
here.
took my moment.
De-virginize yourself.
You took my moment.
You have a history lesson. You are now the breakfast. You are now the breakfast club, man.
You were in North Carolina,
history.
part of Junior Mafia. You left Mary home.
Thank you, Envy. Thank you. Come out there.
Yeah, they was inviting them to shows
Look,
and all that.
look.
They didn't place you. You get a plus
You
one.
feeling some kind of
Telling
way.
you, that's why I know your story's better because they meant a little more to me, and I couldn't be like, yo, you gonna go without me? Like I couldn't like this.
No plus one, just you.
Nah, but look, we're in North Carolina, right? This is real talk. We're in North Carolina, and this way, Keith Murray took the burner from Albert. You know what I'm saying? He took the burner from him. And
Albert is Prodigy, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
he took the burner
Did you see
from him.
Envy's and Prodigy's beef? Light skin.
Yes. Like Envy.
They have different beef. Me and Charlamagne might have the same beef.
Yo, listen, I've been meaning to ask y'all.
Yo, stop cutting off
I put my
story.
application in for the Dark Skin Club. Like when y'all walk in the Dark Skin meetings, did y'all see my application?
Nah, I ain't see it.
Cause look, I've been trying to get the dark
I
skin.
see you trying to get the
I'm
dark.
trying to get
You
dark.
light, man.
Y'all ain't see my application at all when y'all go to y'all
you need 3 more tans.
I've been trying.
3 more tans.
But
But yeah, we out there. You know, we perform it. Like it was a 2-day thing. One night was the show. Next night was the party, a little party. Well, Big missed the flight, so they did the show, the party the first night, and did the show next night. But make a long story short, when Big got to North Carolina, we all in Nas' room. So we all in Nas' room smoking. We mad deep. So Big comes in Nas' room and like, yo, what's up, boom? He like, yo, I've been meaning to talk to you. So Nas like, what up? He like, yo, it's this dude named Capone from Queensbridge. He rap. I'm trying to get with him. Boom. Nas like, I don't know no Capone from Queensbridge that rap. So you know me, I'm ear hustling on the side. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? But I forgot at that time I was a shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
So Big Nas like, only Capone I know, that's my man. He busts his gun. Like he get busy in the street. You know what I'm saying? So he right there, Big like, that's him! And went ham. And that night, I felt like a stage hoe. I performed with Nas. I performed with Big. I performed with Mobb Deep. I was a stage hoe that night. But it was history for me, you know what I'm saying?
That's
and
great.
Big loved
Yeah,
us from
definitely heard
there.
about
You know
that.
what
Where
I'm
was
saying?
Nori? Where was Nori? You at home?
Big wasn't messing with him.
I was
Big
left
didn't
right.
want
Like, yo, I always felt like Queensbridge was they alienated me. Like I was just like that was a bad era in my time. That's what I'm telling you. I remember the story good. I'm telling you.
Well, tell us about this new music so Nori can go catch his flight.
Yeah. Well, to be 100%.
Cause I gotta drive and I might make a wrong turn on purpose.
You're gonna be scared.
If y'all
of me.
get
I'm
lost
scared
in
of my
Queens,
wife.
something ain't right.
I'm scared of my wife. Nah, I
Okay.
don't fly out of Queens, my brother.
What?
I fly in New Jersey.
That's quick. Yeah, New Jersey.
New Jersey
That's quick.
is
Quick. What time's the flight?
My flight's at 12:30.
Oh, you can make it. Yeah, you
I
can
can make it.
it.
Okay.
He ain't gonna make it.
When we talk about new
He ain't
music,
gonna
well, throughout the times I maintained my relationship with Neil Levine. Neil Levine was stripped of Penalty Records when Tommy Boy and all this thing expired or whatever happened with them. Neil came back to me. He heard about the Good Bell Gang, and he was like, yo, I want to give these young guys a chance. And I was like, awesome. You know what I mean? But he was like, I also want to reiterate what we initially, because his first group that ever worked was Capone and Noreaga.
Wow.
So it was like, it was like, dope. How do you, like, go back to where you began your career? You know what I'm saying? Because I think it all comes 360. I think is not only are we reiterating, legends, big up Wayne for recognizing us, and it's #1 record in the world, I guess, and it just upped our stock. You know what I'm saying? From him just saying it's crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, but because it lets the new generation know who we are. But at the same token, that's what I'm catering to. That's what I sort of try to do on the Student and Gay album. I wanted to cater to the new generation at the same time, not forgetting about the essence and the roots.
Right.
And now it's like, all right, you know what? If you listen to the Good Bell album, we got all the young and hot producers from Mustard to Jaleel Beats on there. But I wanted to do the exact opposite for CNN. I don't think like Trash and Pone. I want to big them both up. They kind of let me flagship it. They kind of let me be the leader. And I'm not even sure if they actually know all the people who did beats, because I didn't want it to be like that. I just was sending records and sitting down, and we just made great music. Like, I always felt like, you know, like you had to go back to the hood. Like, in order for me to get back to that War Report Nori, I always felt like I had to go back to the hood. And I tried that once. I actually tried to like go back and stay in the hood for like a week, and it just doesn't work for me. I'm not hood no more. I am hood, but I can't wake up and piss the elevators. I can't do that. But what I did notice is I can hang out with Tragedy, and Tragedy is a walking project. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's I'm just telling, like, like everything about him is project. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a walking hood. And I was just wanting to be around him. I started to get grimy. I didn't want to drive the cars that I was driving. I wanted to switch up and drive different cars, like, and just having them around. And so we came up. I didn't think it was going to come out this dope. I didn't think the chemistry. I knew me and Pone had chemistry, but to put me and Traj back in the room and just, you know, forget about, you know, everything that we went through and all this, and it came out so dope. And it's crazy because I could turn it into an album right now, but if I feel like if we got it at 95, why not just wait? 100. Why not wait and just give it 100? Yeah, because, you know, in all honesty, I don't care. In order for these two worlds to exist, if I'm going to have a record for Good Belt on the radio station, I don't want a Capone and Noreaga record on the radio station. Now, not meaning I'm not. If they play it, of course, I'm accept it, but I don't want to aim for that. That's not what it is. That's what I feel like legends mess up. They try to cater to this new generation, and now I feel like that shouldn't be it. We should still cater to our fans. So what? They work for UPS now. So what? These fans that was, you know, busting guns back then when the War Report now have children. You know what? Let's cater to them. Let's give them grown man rap. That's why it's called Lessons, the new 5%. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call on the album, because right now you're looking at these young brothers and all they got is Bloods and Crips. Like, when I came up, you couldn't walk down the street without eating a ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't walk, and not to say like eating ham is that wrong, but what I'm saying, we had ways that you had to abide by yourself. That's why we just shot a video with Sadat X in Harlem called Bringing the Guards Back, because this is what I want to do. Not saying that I'm going to be the new 5%, yeah, but I need to spark the next mind to we need some more positive in this world. Like, you know, Ferguson, all these, you know, Mike Brown, all this. I feel like if we had these chapters in the 5% all over the world, it may be, you know, a lot of these crimes wouldn't be happening, and maybe people will have more pride in themselves and want to do that. So that's what we did, man. I feel great about it.
I saw a video where Tragedy said he can trust you now.
That was real.
Yeah, what is that? I didn't understand.
I mean, I didn't see that neither, but I'll tell you.
He meant like direction-wise, like he said that, you know, he's letting you take control of the project.
Traj definitely had control of a lot of
because Traj had control of it before, and what I wanted to do, see, me, I'm a relationship guy. Like, I'm really big on relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Envy always brings it up on a slight tip, but I really didn't remember that era. But I know when he said, "Yo, I don't know how long I'm gonna be hot for, so I'm gonna do it." I know he's not lying, because I remember that. I remember saying that. But I'm really big on relationships. Like, I'm really, like, people I've been friends with from 20 years ago still have my phone number. I absolutely have to change my number, my dude. Like, I absolutely, like, I went in the club yesterday. I swear to God, 17 people had my number that I didn't know. I'm just too nice, you know what I'm saying? But I really maintain these relationships, and that's just what I wanted to do. So, like, I wanted to bring something to the project, knowing that I still speak to 2 Chainz every day. Like, I beef with 2 Chainz. Like, me and him, like, I swear I'm going to bust his ass in basketball. He think because he's tall, he's better than me. I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I maintain, I speak to Lil Wayne. I hang out with Mac Maine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
does Wayne show you love? 'Cause, I mean, he's always rapping about you. Like, did he say, like, are you one of my favorite rappers?
You see, Wayne don't never have to tell me I'm one of his favorite rappers. 2 Chainz don't never have to tell me I'm one of his favorite. I see me in them.
Yeah, word up.
Like, I see me in them. Like, Bismarck. Regardless, Bismarck could see me and be like, because I wanted to bring funny back to hip-hop. I wanted people to laugh. Like, picking boogers changed my life. Like, I really wanted to pick boogers and do things like that. I wanted people to, like, I really wanted to make people laugh. Like, once I got over the War, we got to realize the War Report was, when we first did that, we was in a shell because we had nothing else to talk about besides Left Rack and Queensbridge. Right. That NORE album, when I did that NORE album, man, you know, I flew out to Miami and I brung in track masters who, by the way, I know I gave Capone executive producer on that album, and everybody know he couldn't have really technically executive produced that. I went and I listened to NRE the other day. Track masters really deserve to be executive producers. Absolutely. They really deserve. They not only almost help produce every track, but they also help mix it. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones when I came and I said, yo, I got these dudes named the Neptunes. They were like, this is awesome. You know what I'm saying? That you can recognize them, because at the time, like I said, it was baggy jeans, and Pharrell was always a tight shirt, dude. This is not new. He's always been that way. But you know, I wanted to say that. So Trackmaster Tone and Poke, if y'all listening to this, y'all kind of deserve. I'm sorry, Pone. You still executive producer, and you still got paid for it in jail.
I still came home to a band.
But I maintain this relationship. So I want to do things like that. I want to keep this going. But you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I feel like I'm like people heard, Nore's retiring. I am retired. I do not do anything I don't want to do. I'm not signing sandwiches. I'm not doing shit like that no more. And I just want to, man, come on, B. You know when you first, God bless Mike Lighty, but that was the worst person in the world. Mike Lighty would have you in Jerry's Deli, B, at 4 o'clock in the morning talking about, this is retail. There's no albums here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, back in the days, it was things like that, you know, you had to hang out in Roscoe's in L.A., and then you had to go to Harold's in Chicago, and it was things like that where I would rather do that on my own, not promote that I'm there to try to let people know I'm in town. But you know, I thank y'all for letting us have us. Thank you for diversionizing Pone.
No, he's only rushing because he got a flight to catch.
Nah, I mean,
I'm trying to wrap it up.
Listen, I'm first class, so I could push my.
I want to ask Pone, what caused the initial breakup between CNN?
We never broke up. Like I honestly, like I'm gonna tell you like this. Like when me and him have our differences, like we love hard, we fight hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's always super love between us. But when we fight, it's like, see, the thing about us, I don't sometimes like to speak to him.
Right.
Sometimes you don't like to speak to me. You know what I mean? Like, so I might.
That was like 20 minutes ago. Like,
you know what I mean? You know, we go through that. But it came a point where it was like, all right, you know what? You do you.
Right.
I'm gonna do me.
Right.
It's still love. His kids are literally my blood. Right. Like, literally my blood. If I need a blood transfusion, I can get one from his kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have to speak to him because my grandmother, like, blah, 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 you spoke to him? Or his mother. Did you speak to him? Or because we're so much a family. So when we actually broke up, it wasn't a breakup. It was more like space. Because we never directed no ill will towards each other. Like a lot of times when rappers or groups, they break up with each other, you hear beef records, diss records.
Yeah. I just didn't want to be around him. When
he didn't want to be around me. I didn't want to be around him. He got on my nerves. I got on his nerves.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was never like when I see him, I'm going to go at him. It was never that. Right. So it wasn't really, to me, a breakup. It was just space. Give each other space. And then the funny thing is when we came back together, we went super hard. Like, we made up for all that time. We went overseas too deep with one person with us. And that gave us all the time we missed. We sat back, we ate together, we chilled together, and we never looked back on that time because
I mean, at the end of the day, any relationship, if it starts out with friendship, like it's like you and Envy. I know you guys came together, but if it turns into more than just business, right? And you guys become real friends. You guys are real friends. I know y'all guys consider yourself family. I know I'm not alienating you, but this is a guy thing. No, but this is a guy thing. The thing about it, and this is, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll keep it 100%. I told that to Prodigy when the tapes came out, Havoc, before y'all called me. Obviously, because after they called me, he never called me again. Like, I'll tell y'all that story too. Like, but I told him that. I said, yo, at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta like. It's important sometimes to just be us too. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm a leader. I'm not a leader of CNN or a leader of just Militainment. I'm a leader of men. I lead men. There's people who actually wake up and say, yo, Nori, what you doing? Where we gonna be at? What time? You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if somebody is constantly in your head, then that's what you start to do. If you live in New York and you're a Cowboys fan, I know you're a Cowboys fan. Absolutely. At one point, you're going to start watching Giants games, regardless, because the Cowboys don't come on all the time out here. So at one point, you're going to start watching Giants games.
Absolutely not.
And you're going to watch the games. I'm not saying you're going to root for them.
Absolutely not. When they play us,
yeah. But and it's things like that. Sometimes you got to just separate and just be like, yo, y'all two have an understanding. You know what I mean? Because, like, you're a leader of men, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Sometimes it's hard.
We appreciate you, both of you guys coming in.
Y'all gotta come over here. Nori don't got a flight to catch.
Nori doesn't do diss records, but he will vent on the Breakfast Club.
Yes, I don't do diss records.
Nori has always been very vocal every time you guys weren't getting along.
He will call and he will text
me.
Like,
I ain't spoke to Capone in a year.
Yeah. And you know, I tell you, you know what? I would like to do that. You know, when you ask, because I said it on the Breakfast Club, so I might as well, while he's standing right here, I might as well say it. The one time that when it was vocal and it was public about it is, and I told him, it's like Pone is nonchalant sometimes. Like Pone do it on his time, and sometimes when it's your man, you got to stand by him. Like that's why I hate it. That's why I hate that book. That book brung up that is not nobody's business. It brung up that really didn't happen that way, and I had to go perform in Queensbridge, my dude. Like right when that book was out, you know how all these memories, and he came an hour late. That was an hour too late for me, my dude. I'm like, I'm in your hood, and a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna just throw that out there. That beef was never me and Prodigy's. That beef was him and Havoc's. That's some dark skin for later. Maybe you and Charlamagne could get into it. You know what I'm saying? But and
get off the dark skin, light skin.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I tried to get on my application. Yeah, niggas ain't accepted yet.
You have fought, right?
Men have?
Nah, see that book is false. See
that?
But I'll keep it 100. Hav had knocked on his door. Some Pone was Hav's girl. I'm keeping it out there.
No.
Keeping it out there.
Hold that. All right, it's the Breakfast
Club. You need to hear this one.
Hold on.
Nah, keep it 100. Nah, keep it 100.
My mommy, I never had sexual relations with his woman.
But was that the rumor?
You sound like Bill Clinton.
Was that the rumor?
That was the rumor.
Okay.
But I can't help if that I know your girl because she lives in my uncle's building. And I knew her my whole life.
Right.
I knew her before you knew her. Like, it's not like I just knew her. I knew her. She lived in my uncle's building. So as I'm going to my uncle's crib as a little kid, I would see her as a little kid and her sisters and all that. That was that.
We don't believe
at that
him
time, at that time,
look at Charlamagne's face. He's looking like
it was all types of stuff in the game.
You can tell he liked you, but look at his face. His face.
Charlamagne, stop looking at me like that.
Capone, I'm dark-skinned too.
So wait, so you smashed Havoc's girl?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
But he knocked on the door and you were in there.
I wasn't home. I was with another girl.
Okay.
See, that's what the book.
I was with the girl I was with.
When they say that Havoc knocked on the door, he wasn't there. I was out there in Queensbridge. That's when Pone moms had called me, and then it was a fight that ensued that night. Then the next day the shootout, all that. But that was the rumor. Okay, if he says he's going to do it, I never asked him this. This is crazy. That's why I
never asked him.
I never asked. I'm gonna keep it 100.
I did not have sexual relations.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh my goodness! Can we get Nori out of here so he gets this light?
Because he's talking gibberish.
He brought it up. He brought it up.
He's talking gibberish right now.
But you know what?
I do not understand the word that's coming out of his mouth.
Yo, you know what? I just want to leave it on a positive note, man.
That was the positive note.
To sleep at 6 in the morning.
When the album coming?
Sleep.
I mean, like we 95 right now, so at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. But you know what's the realest thing though? You was at the last album listening.
I was there.
You know
Y'all put me on the Tiger Bone.
My
sex life has improved tremendously since.
Come on, you're not supposed to say that on camera.
Oh, my bad.
You was not supposed to say that on camera.
Peace Spot last week getting some
I
Tiger
just
Bone.
seen you on Instagram. I was like, I was just about to say a comment. I said, nah, that is secret. That is secret. But thank y'all for having us.
Yes.
Thank y'all for having us.
Capone and Noreaga,
Coming soon.
The Breakfast Club. Salute.
Big.